But you came back?
Yes, to find my mother was expecting me to marry Isla Crane. You said awkward.
Awkward?
She's terribly nice, but there's something odd about her.
Odd?
She's been frightened since that infernal murder. Why, my dear fellow, she walks in her sleep.
You say she's frightened, Lord Lebanon? Of what?
I shouldn't be surprised if it's that American footman my mother hired. The strapping big fellow. He lurks.
He does what?
Lurks. You know, you pop out of your room and there he is, lurking in the hall.
Why don't you fire him? You're the master of the house.
Oh, yes, I'm the master in a way. Still, it's rather difficult when a fellow has a mother. But I don't want any fuss. I'll probably marry Isla in spite of her walking in her sleep.
What about this Dr. Emerson?
Well, you might as well know. Dr. Amersham is a man I dislike intensely.
Is he a friend of your mother?
I suppose so, in a way. He doesn't like me. He doesn't like Isla, doesn't like anybody. I'll tell you something else about him. When he was in India, a woman was killed in his bungalow. Indian woman. Beautiful gal.
Strangled. Can you tell me any more about it?
Strangled with some sort of scarf. Oh, there was a terrible row about it. But he got out of it.
Lord Lebanon, why exactly have you come to see me?
Well, I'll be perfectly frank with you. I'm frightened. I don't want to make a scene, but at the same time, I don't want to die.
Aren't you possibly exaggerating?
I don't know whether I am or whether I'm not, but there's something going on. I don't understand it. Honestly, I do wish you'd come down and look into it.
All right, Lord Lebanon. We'll be down the first thing tomorrow morning. It's a good thing you're taking me with you to Mark's Priory, Tenor. As I always say, you can't go wrong when you've got the coolest head in the yard. Quiet, Tubby. Here we are. Mark's Priory Cup. Can you imagine a lightweight brain like Lord Lebanon having all this? £40,000 a year? Now, if I had that money, I'd all on loose liquor and easy women. We're going in now, Tubby. Mind your manners. Yes, sir. Chief Inspector Tanner and Sergeant Tully of Scotland Yard. We're here to see Lady Lebanon and the household.
Lady Lebanon's in the drawing room. I'll announce you.
Wait a minute. You're not the butler.
No, sir. Butler's busy just now. And the door.
Footman, eh? Then you must be the American, you.
Yes, sir.
How long have you been here, Gilbert?
8 years.
I believe you have an account at the London and Provincial Bank, haven't you?
Yes, Inspector.
Very unusual, isn't it, for a footman to have an account in the London bank?
Some of us are very thrifty.
But isn't it rather a large balance?
3,000 or 4,000 pounds. Got some good stocks now and then.
What is your salary here?
Pretty good one. The ladyship is generous.
Well, I'll want to talk to you later.
Sure. Anytime. Now I'll announce you to her ladyship.
Never mind, I'll announce myself. Come on, Toddy. That seems to be the drawing room ahead. Lady Lebanon?
Yes?
I am Chief Inspector Tanner, Scotland Yard. This is Sergeant Tully, who was down here 2 days ago.
How do you do? This is Dr. Emerson, my physician.
How do you do?
How do you do, Inspector?
Why are you here, Inspector?
I must remind your ladyship that your son's chauffeur was murdered only a few days ago. It will be necessary for me to question all of you. Tully, you take care of the servant.
Right, sir.
Lady Lebanon, I would like to see your son and his fiancée, as well as you and the doctor.
Very well. Dr. Emerson, will you step upstairs and ask Isla to come down?
Glad to, if the inspector won't read something criminal into my actions. You never know about these police.
Oh, before you go, Doctor, I believe you spent some time in India.
Oh, yes, I'm practically a close.
And I believe there was some incident of a naked girl being strangled in your bungalow.
Very unfortunate, Inspector. I'm sure you must be interested in the police work on the case. Sometime perhaps I'll tell you all about it. pardon me. I'll see if I can find Miss Crane.
Is there anything you wish to tell me, Lady Lebanon?
I knew very little about the poor chauffeur. The servants can probably tell you the things you have to know. I suppose you want to look over the castle? Are you interested in blazonry, Inspector? The coat of arms you see in here represents an eternity. The Lebanon line stands unbroken for 1,200 years. It would be a pity were it to die out.
I'm sure it would. How long have you known Dr. Amersham, Lady Lebanon?
Many years, since before my husband died.
I was aware of that. In fact, I noticed that your husband's death certificate was signed by Dr. Amersham.
Yes, it was. I believe you said you wished to see my son, Inspector. I'll go and tell him.
I say, that's rather jolly. I didn't know policemen could sing. Oh, good morning, Lord Lebanon. I see your mother found you. My mother, no, I haven't seen her. I suppose it's beastly of me, but I'm always rather glad when I don't see her. I say, I'm awfully glad you've come down. Have you met Amersham? I've met him. He's enough to these works. I loathe him. You know, it just occurred to me, this chauffeur chap of ours might have been strangled by a scarf like that Indian gal I told you about. Surprisingly, you were right. You know, Inspector, I've always thought I had a talent for that sort of thing. Snooping around for clues. You have? Yes, indeed. It would never do, though, I suppose. The trouble is I can't stand the sight of blood. It unnerves me for days. Ghastly. Oh, I don't know. I imagine there are many people who can't stand the sight of blood. You think so? I say, you will look into this, Amersham, won't you? Things are pretty rum around here, and I'm sure that he's at the bottom of it.
Willie, what were you saying to the Inspector?
Nothing, Mother. I'm just remarking that Dr. Amersham is a bounder.
Nonsense, Willie. I'll not have you talking that way about Dr. Amersham. Where were you? I was looking everywhere for you.
You couldn't have looked very hard. I was in the den all morning. It seems to be taking Dr. Amersham quite a while to bring Miss Crane down. I wonder.
He has been a little long, but I'm sure they'll be here any minute. What? Tyler, what can be the matter?
Dashed odd again. We'll see. Come on.
Tyler, what's the meaning of this nonsense? Get up here on the stairs. It's so terrible. Black and distorted. Surrounded himself to death.
Who, Miss Crane? Who is dead?
Dr. Amersham. You wanted to see me, Lady Lebanon? Yes, I did, Ida. What is the matter with you? All you do is fidget and you look frightened. I don't know. I heard the police saying that Dr. Amersham and the chauffeur were both strangled with a scarf. They found red threads on their throats. What's frightening about that? Well, I opened the drawer of your desk this afternoon and I found a red scarf there. Dear child, you're dreaming. Which drawer? This one. You see, there's nothing there. You mustn't let these things get on your nerves the way you do. These things? How can you speak so lightly about it? 2 men are killed here and you act so calmly. I can't go on staying in this awful place. I can't. What you will, Isla dear. I sent your mother her quarterly check last week and just had a letter from her this morning. She's so happy to be secure after all the hard times she's been through. Don't. Please don't. You know I wouldn't be here a day if it weren't for her. If she knew what I'm doing, she'd rather starve than have me go on. Don't be stupid. For heaven's sake, don't be hysterical. I can't stand hysterical women. They have unhealthy children, and you must have healthy children after you're married to Willie. Yes, Hilda?
It's a gentleman from Scotland Yard. I've finished showing him over the house, and
We want to see you, Lady Lebanon.
Oh, have you been through the castle already? Inspector Tanner?
Every room except one.
the lumber room, my lady.
On the first floor. One of the best positions in the house. That's a rare place for a lumber room.
We call it the lumber room. It's really a place where I keep a few valuables.
Your man has the key?
No, I never opened that room. Inspector Tanner, I'll tell you the truth. That is the room where my husband died. It hasn't been opened since that day.
But I'm sure I've seen it open, Lady Lebanon.
You are quite mistaken, Isla. You must be overwrought. Go to your room.
Yes, please.
I'm sorry, milady, but I must insist on the room being open.
But why, Inspector? Surely there's nothing there that would interest you.
There might be. I'm looking for a collection of silk scarves, and I want to find them before somebody else gets strangled.
Ridiculous.
I don't think so. Incidentally, we discovered that a scarf, perhaps the one used on Dr. Hamilton, was burned this afternoon in a stove. Would you know it?
If anything has been burned, I haven't the least idea who burned it or what it was.
I'm afraid I'm at fault, Inspector. I found some odd bits of silk on the carpet and burned them.
Why, of course, Gilda. I was cutting out a doll's dress for the village bazaar.
Doll dresses. Look, Chief, just give me a few minutes.
Not now, Toddy, not now. Lady Lebanon, it strikes me that you're not very anxious to have the murder of your friend cleared up.
Dr. Amersham was not a friend of mine.
So the fact that he was murdered within a few yards of this room really doesn't matter.
Aren't you being rather insolent, Inspector Tanner?
But your own attitude is rather peculiar. He wasn't a friend of yours. What was he doing here?
He came to see me as a doctor.
At your request.
No, he just dropped in.
So early in the morning, an odd hour for dropping in.
I had a touch of neuritis in my arm.
Oh, yes, you're right. But you didn't send for him.
No,
He just guessed that you had neuritis and dropped in. Very inconvenient type of doctor to have.
I'm not interested in your conclusions, Inspector Tanner.
You will be in some of them. And Lady Lebanon, I intend to see that room, which you choose to call the lumber room. If not voluntarily, then with a court order.
This is an outrage. No magistrate in this county would grant it.
Then I'll go to Home Secretary.
Won't be able to reach him until tomorrow, Chief.
No, my home will belong to me until tomorrow, at least.
Maybe. You don't seem to realize, or want to, that there's a murderer around. I know the identity of the murderer, Lady Lebanon, but I haven't got the proof. It may be in that room you refuse to open.
Impossible.
Not so impossible. Sergeant Tully and I are staying here this evening. I suggest that you reconsider and give us the key to the lumber room. It may save somebody's life.
What a day this has been, Chief. I'm glad the household's getting tucked into their beds. I could do with a bit of sleep myself.
We'll go to bed ourselves, Tully, as soon as we're sure that everything's quiet. We'll step into the library for a last smoke, probably.
Look, Chief, there on the floor. He's got another one.
I see her. Thank heavens he wasn't successful this time, Doc. She's still alive, although she's had a sore throat for a while.
Here's that scarf he did it with, too.
I think she's coming around. Hello. I say, what's wrong? What's wrong? Our murderer tried to get Miss Crane.
Why, say, poor gal. Is she done for?
You know, she'll be all right in a moment. There, now, Miss Crane. Don't tell her. You've had a nasty shock, but you're not hurt.
I
Yeah. Who did it, Miss Crane?
I don't know. I was just standing here and suddenly a scarf was whipped around my neck. I couldn't see who. I think it was...
It's all right. It's all right. Tell us the rest tomorrow. Now it's upstairs to bed for you, as secretary. Toddy, you help Miss Crane up to her room. Get her name.
Right, sir. Yes, just lean on me, ma'am.
Thank you.
Poor gal. Of course, she is a bit odd, but she doesn't deserve to die that way.
Now, thank heavens she didn't die.
I'm glad. Don't you think it's about time my line was wiped out?
You're lying. I'm afraid I don't understand.
This sort of thing's been going on for years. Ask my mother. She's got all their dates, all their pedigrees. The Lebanons have always been somewhat off. My father was more than somewhat. He spent 15 years in the old Lord's room. As mad as a hatter. But never strangled anybody. The first time I saw him was in Puna. The little fellow slipped up behind a big hulking man and... That's it.
I tried it on a girl, an Indian girl. She went out like that.
I suppose one uses a scarf like this one.
You do understand. I brought back dozens of these cars from India. I'm not a big fellow, but I'm awfully strong. Feel my arm. It's rather alarming. People never think I have the strength. Even Gilda doesn't guess.
Gilda?
He's not really a footman, you know. He's sort of... well... he looks after me. You understand?
That's what I thought.
And that room my mother wouldn't show you. Well, it's all padded, you know. Rubber cushions all around the wall. I have to go there when I realize things.
You mean when you imagine things?
When I realize things, I know what I'm saying. When I'm quite well, I don't realize things. It's only when I get excited that my brain becomes clear. Don't touch me.
Just wanted to like
Oh, I'm awfully sorry. Here. Are you friend or foe?
friend, of course. Now why were you so unkind to the chauffeur?
Stud? Oh, I'm awfully sorry about that. He was such a good fellow. But I'm afraid of Indians. One of them tried to kill me. They were very angry about that girl. I didn't know about this beastly masquerade ball in the village. I thought the chauffeur was an Indian.
And Dr. Amersham?
I didn't like him. He had my mother under his thumb. She knew about my realizing things, you see, and blackmailed her. I'll show you something. Swear you won't tell anybody.
I swear.
Here. It's a gun. Loaded. I took it from Gilda's room this evening. It's the first one I've been able to get a hold of since I came back from India.
Very nice. Would you mind not pointing it at me, Michael?
So it might. Sometimes I think I should turn it on myself. Wipe out the whole silly line. I wonder where Gilda put her. Put who? Isla. She was looking awfully like that Indian girl this afternoon. I went behind her, put my arms around her. Did you hear her run down the stairs? She knows. That's why she's frightened of me. She came downstairs tonight. I spiced up this place. I don't remember doing it, but I suppose I must have. That was the night I nearly got Amersham. And last night when I did get him, she saw me coming back into the house. And I'm terribly strong. You wouldn't think so, would you?
You know, when you were at my office in Scotland Yard, I said to myself, this fellow is very strong.
Did you really? You are smart, aren't you? I say, I worried them tonight. I didn't drink my bromide. There are lots of ways of getting out of that room of mine. They don't know it, but I do. I fool them lots of times.
Yes, I expect you fool them pretty often. Well, I'm going to bed.
Oh, no, you're not going to bed. You're pretending that you're not scared. But you are. You see, I frighten people.
I'm not frightened.
No?
Well, be sensible and give me that gun.
No.
You want to fool around with a thing like that?
Well, there are lots of things I could do with it. I could end the line with this. Here comes my mother. We'll ask her.
Give me that gun.
No, I won't. I've always wanted a pistol. I've asked you dozens of times.
You're going to give me that gun, old fellow?
No, you don't touch me. Don't come near me.
Please, look, he's going to stop it. Somebody stop it. Well, Inspector,
He's dead. What happened?
10 centuries of Lebanon, 1,000 years of greatness gone out like a candle in the wind.
Toddy. Yes, sir. Get Scotland Yard. Tell them the Lebanon case Here's the close.
Oh, it's terrible. Corny. So commercial. What was the record you want to hear?
Yeah, what's the matter with him?
Oh, long hairs. Why don't you get out of your long underwear? So long.
Was that an insult?
No, dear, no. Just jive talk. Play one of our records.
Okay, darling. Hey, Nora, what's Gut Bucket?
Oh, I don't know, darling. But it sounds to me like some new kind of gurgle. Sit down here.
What kind of stuff is that?
Beethoven's romance. It's about time you developed a taste for folk.
What's the matter with my taste? I like to see everything Dinah Shore sings.
You should learn to appreciate the higher form.
Hey, Simon.
Oh, Mr. Bailey. Nicky, I want you to meet Mr. Benjamin Bailey, the proprietor of the Cadenza record shop.
Pleased to meet you, Mr. Charles.
How do you do?
Just call me Beethoven Funny like everybody else does. Well, Mr. Charles, shall I start lecturing at him?
Oh, please, Benny.
You know, is this some kind of a plot?
Uh-huh.
Mr. Charles, now you're just listening to a hunk of music called Romance by Ludwig van Beethoven, which is written in Andante, which means not too fast but don't fall asleep. You get it?
Hey, Benny, where did you learn about music?
Well, in my youth, I was the first piccolo player in the Sing Sing Philharmonic Orchestra. Now you take that album there, Shostakovich's Sixth Symphony. Shostakovich was influenced by Prokofiev, Stravinsky, Rachmaninoff, Rimsky-Korsakov, Glasnow, Mussorgsky, and Tchaikovsky. So what happens? So Shostakovich makes with the notes, and if you spend an ear, it sounds a little like Prokofiev, Stravinsky, Rachmaninoff, Rimsky-Korsakov, and Tchaikovsky. Now, they're not to be confused with Beethoven, Bach, Brahms, Mozart, and Papa Haydn, who are of the German school, as against the Russian school. Two nations which are at war today. Which is something to think about, ain't that, Mrs. Charles?
Oh, yes. Yes, it certainly bears thinking about.
So to get along with my suppression, now Beethoven was carrying the torch for a hot little tomato called Countess Guicciardi. Now hark ye, how the great violinist Freddie Fat can place this passage. It's sheer perspiration.
Well, what's the matter with Freddie? Did he run out of perspiration?
No, the record stopped. Something messed up his phonograph.
Oh, won't it go?
No, it's dead.
Well, how do we push it away from the wall, Benny?
Well, what killed it, Nicky? Fradkin's plane?
Oh, maybe.
Oh, phonographs don't get murdered. They die natural death.
Well, here's the bullet, Nora. It's by exploder.
Well, now, who'd want to murder a phonograph?
Must be some torpedo who hates music.
Bullet came through that wall. There's a hole. Hey, what's on the other side of this wall, Benny?
Another boot like this. There's just a thin partition of expensive soundproof junk between the boots.
Someone in that other booth found that bullet. Come on.
I bet it's one of my competitors trying to ruin my business.
Well, there's the door to the other booth. Oh!
Steady, baby.
Oh, love that woman.
Benny, turn off that record.
All right.
Is she dead?
3 bullet wounds in the head. Benny, you better call the police.
Yeah, I'll phone right now.
Nicky, you think the killer's still around?
No, darling. If he was smart enough to turn on that record to cover the noise of the shots, he's smart enough to make a quick getaway.
He must be a very queer killer, dear. He left his lipstick behind. This lipstick I just found.
It's called, passion to me.
Oh, that probably belongs to the corpse.
It's a different shade. See? They don't match her lips.
Hey, listen, no, you wait here.
Where are you going?
I want to speak to headquarters. This looks like a case of Inspector Jelly.
I wonder if... Oh, I didn't notice that before. This is interesting. Nicky, did you... Oh, who turned off the lights? Oh, let go of me! Let go of me! Help me! Someone is the killer! Nicky! Nicky!
Sounds exciting, doesn't it? Record show. Why don't you try to get a hand for our next performance? When we present Nick and Nora Charles in the adventures of the Thin Man. This is Peter Lorre, closing the doors of the mystery house. This is the Armed Forces Radio Service.
Olay, the brushless shaving cream with a special protective film that guards your face, presents the Molay Mystery Theater.
Molay, the brushless shaving cream with foot face protection first, brings you another in the series of programs which puts mystery and excitement first. Each Tuesday night at this time, you hear one of the great mystery stories, selected from either the famous classics or from the best of the moderns, by Mr. Jeffrey Barnes. Mr. Barnes, who has made a lifelong study of mystery fiction, is a connoisseur of fine detective stories. Mr. Barnes.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Molay Mystery Theater. Tonight we bring you a tale of espionage in wartime Washington, set in the exciting days before the invasion of North Africa. It is based on a novel by Richard Powell, and it is called Death Talks Out of Turn. Now, before our Molay Mystery Theater play begins, may I remind you, the Japanese say, while the Germans say,
Ein amerikanisches Kriegsgeheimnis bedeutet 1000 tote Amerikaner.
in our language they both mean one American war secret means 1,000 dead Americans. So if you know any military information, for instance, such as troop movements, keep it a mystery and help keep our boys alive. And now to our Molay Mystery presentation, Death Talks Out of Turn. Friends, I want you to meet Lieutenant Andy Blake, who is here in the studio to tell you his own story. Lieutenant Blake.
Thank you, Mr. Barnes. It was October 1942, and wartime Washington was quite restful until my wife, Arabella, arrived. I'd been commissioned in the Army several months before and had reported in Washington, leaving Arab behind to join me later. I thought that when Arab arrived, my troubles would be over. but I must have been nuts. 5 months of married life should have taught me better. Anytime Mrs. Arabella Blake wraps a guy in cotton wool, he better not strike a match, for it's likely to be gun topic. Like most of Arab's act, her arrival in Washington was unannounced. I was finishing up my work in the Pentagon building one evening, only half conscious that something was brushing the back of my head.
Even if there are 8 girls to every man in Washington, Andy, when I kiss a man, I expect to get an attention.
Eric, where did you come from, darling?
I have a job in Washington as a secretary. And guess where? In the office of the chief warden.
I'm not sure I like you working there. They've got too many things you want to shoot.
Oh, Andy, you're glad I'm here, aren't you?
Glad you're here. My gosh, when you came in, oh, look, Arab, I never could say these things properly.
Oh, you need to be stirred up, Andy. You've been here 2 months and you're still a first lieutenant. No citations, no ribbons, not even a badge for pistol marksmanship.
The way I handle guns, I'll get a badge and a military funeral at the same time. But meanwhile, we've got to find a place for you to stay.
Oh, I have a room already, Andy.
What?
It's not half as hard to find a room as they say.
There must be a catch somewhere. How did you get this room?
I heard somebody on the bus say that there was a vacancy at a place out on Northwest Q Street. So I went there and I took it.
I didn't know people in Washington talked out loud about vacant rooms. I thought they whispered.
Well, I was sort of eavesdropping.
I suspect I won't approve of this.
Well, while I was eavesdropping on people talking on buses, I heard a man say, "We're having trouble renting that vacant room at 5797 Q Street. None of the girls have been exactly bright."
Well, what's so suspicious about that remark?
Well, I didn't like the way the man said it.
What was he like?
Short and fat and I think bald. Gave me the creeps. Andy, I'm sure he's a spy.
Oh, I don't believe it for a minute, sweetheart. But I'm going to have a look at that room of yours.
There's the house where I live, Andy, with 16 other girls who all work for the government. How'd you like it?
I don't think I like it at all.
Maybe you're right. You know, before I rented the room, they asked me a lot of questions to see if my job was important enough. Wanted to know if I had any connections with people in the Army or Navy.
Come on, Arab. We're getting out of here fast. Don't get out of the car. You're not going back to that house.
Well, I've got to get my things. Anyway, if you won't help me investigate, I'll do it by myself.
Hey, wait a minute. You can't do this to me, Arab.
Oh, I can't I? You just watch, Andy Blake.
I was still angry enough at Arab the following morning not to call her at her office. Oh, I had some vague idea of letting her suffer until she called me. But like most of my other ideas about Arab, this one didn't work out either. I soon found out it was I who was apologizing for Arab.
Of course, you were wrong, Andy.
Look, Arab, I wish you'd give this thing up. There probably aren't any spies at the house at all. And if there are, all we have to do is report it to my superior officer, Colonel Parker. Let the Army handle it. They're better equipped.
That's perfectly silly. Why bother them with this when we can check up and find out?
Yes, but
Then the Army can step in and take over.
I don't want to be a hero. I just want to do my job in the Army and let it go at that.
But Andy, we can do it together and have so much fun.
Arab, I tell you, I'm not going to get...
All right, Andy Blake. If you won't help me, I'm just going ahead and solve the whole thing myself. So there.
Go ahead, you dope. I'll call you up sometime.
Yes, do, Lieutenant. After all, we do have something in common. A marriage certificate, I believe.
The more I thought about the situation, the more worried I became about Arab. So that night, much against my better judgment, I drove over to Q Street and parked my car near the house where I could watch it. It was a quiet street, so it was doubly startling when suddenly a woman screamed from the direction of Arab's boarding house. Something shut the scream off fast, as though a hand was placed over the woman's mouth. I ran across the street and plunged into the garden. 50 feet away, a man was dodging behind a tree. I sprinted towards him. He was short and fat, but that was about all I could see. He turned suddenly and waited for me. Waited in an odd, crouched position. His fingers stroking the air in front of him, almost like a pianist testing the keys. My memory groped for a picture I'd seen once. A picture done on rice paper. There had been a short, fat man in the same hunched position. In the background, the artist had painted a tiny white-capped mountain. But even as he moved toward me, still in his hunched position, a woman's voice came from a few...
Stop at this moment! I am Mrs. Fielding, Lieutenant Blake. I own this house, and your pretty wife has been boarding with me for a week. I think you should beg the lieutenant's pardon, Mr. Jones.
I beg your pardon, Lieutenant. You came at me so fast, I failed to note your insignia. A woman screamed. Was it you, Mrs. Fielding?
Something ran through the bushes. A rabbit, perhaps, or a cat. I am nervous.
Would you like me to see you into the house?
No, I don't think so. Thank you.
Well, then, good night. I've not apologized properly for my foolish actions, Lieutenant. But you are also very foolish. Never run at an enemy that way. Come more slowly. Now look at my hands. I can break a small club with the edge of my palm. Can you do that, Lieutenant? I wish I'd known that stuff when I was a kid in the Pine Tree Patrol. You see, we had little scout hatchets, and I was always chopping myself instead of the wood. You do not understand. I was assuming that the club was the man's neck. Your mistake, Lieutenant, is hitting a man with a fist. The fist is broad. It spreads the impact over too much space. I've been getting along all right with fists so far. What do you think will happen when an American soldier has to fight a judo expert? The American might shoot the Jap. We will hope it turns out that way. I'm glad to have met you, Lieutenant Blake. My name is Jones.
Mr. Jones lives next door.
If you'll pardon me, Mrs. Fielding, I'll be running along now.
Good night, Lieutenant Blake.
Just remember my advice, Lieutenant. Be careful how you honor the man. Or better yet, don't run at him at all, and then you will be sure of being safe. There was something about Mr. Jones I didn't like. I wanted to find out more about him. So I circled around the block, cut through a garden, and ended up at the back door of his house. The door was unlocked. I stepped inside and listened. There was no sound. Then I started my search using a flashlight. There was nothing downstairs, so I went up to the second floor and entered a huge study. I found a newspaper clipping there that had been torn out violently. The story was about a recent broadcast picked up by the FBI from a station inside Germany. A man calling himself Gustav Heinz had told the German people that if only Himmler and his Gestapo were kicked out, all of Germany's troubles would be over. I had heard of those broadcasts. We believed the stations to be backed by the German military leaders, the old dunkers. There was nothing else in the study, so I snapped off the flashlight and peered out of the window. I could barely see the house across the street. But as I watched, something stirred in the garden below. A figure was stealing toward Mrs. Fielding's house. The figure stepped across a starlit space, and I stopped breathing. The prowler was Arab. Well, I knew Mrs. Fielding and Jones were inside the house, and that if Arab was planning to eavesdrop again, they would be sure to catch her. I had to get her attention. My hand grabbed a straight wooden chair and slammed it through the window. I stuck my head in the opening and let out a yell. Suddenly, I heard a door slam downstairs. The fat man must have run out of the house next door the minute he heard the crash. I could picture him creeping up the stairs, feeling the air ahead of him with those clutching fingers. My best chance was to wait for him to make a noise. I pressed back against the wall of the room and waited. Somewhere in that house, death was moving toward me. My breathing was getting louder, like a guy in the last stages of asthma. I tried to hold my breath. Now a sound of breathing was coming up the stairs. Somebody else was breathing. The fat man was somewhere near me. I felt around in the darkness until I finally found a weapon. A small statuette. I flung it in the direction of the breathing and grabbed for my flashlight.
The beam showed the fat man in the center of the room struggling to get his gun out of his pocket. The statuette had missed. I could see the gun coming from his pocket, but I stood there, frozen. Then another voice spoke somewhere within the room. The most welcome sound I have ever heard. It was Aaron.
Drop that gun. Keep that light in his eyes.
Don't worry, I will.
Now, just hold that pretty pose, Mr.
You
Dick.
never get the man. Sounds like a light.
Of course, darling. Now let's get out of here. Hurry. Darling, your timing was perfect. Now we've got to move fast. Hurry up or we'll be followed.
Oh, I know this is only going to mean trouble, Arab. But what's the program?
First we go to your room.
You mean we're finally going to be alone?
No, I don't think we'll be alone.
All right, let's have it.
It's like this. There are 16 girls living in a house on Q Street. We all have jobs in industries of the government. And we all like to chat.
You mean the girls talk military?